All right, so on that more Joe Biden news, article came out that said his executive order to terminate federal private prison contracts.
Yes.
Here's what that means. This action is part of the administration's effort to address racial inequity in the country and make good on Biden's campaign promises to Black Americans. The order directs the Justice Department to decline to renew contracts with privately operated for-profit prisons. This effort, I was wrong. This effort began under the Obama administration and was championed. So we said Obama, he did do it. It's just
so that's cool, man. It's like a secondary Obama administration, almost like he's gonna try to continue shit that didn't, like the Harriet Tubman on the $20 bill, which is pretty dope.
And sadly, what it is you see this all the time is like in this country, a Black man can only get so far no matter how qualified. So if you take those same values and put it into a white man, people will listen. So
right, which is fucked up. But
they're like, oh, Biden's he's preaching unity and change. It's like, no, this happened under the Obama administration, but y'all didn't give two fucks about it. It never made the news or anything. And that's why I hate when I hear Black people saying Obama never did anything for the Black community. And
I be hearing that a lot.
He tried.
Yeah.
One,
he tried, and two, you don't know the inner workings of how the fucking government and the House and the Senate
bro.
works.
Like, come on.
He didn't give us no stimulus. Like, what exactly you want to do? I'm gonna get off this rant.
I think he did.
Done. He did a lot, but
I think he did give us stimulus.
He did a
Back
lot,
in 08.
bro. Yeah, he was the
stimulus.
president of 08.
Yeah, we definitely got stimulus. Yeah,
remember that
after Bush. Yeah, for sure.
So again, to our point, that's probably gonna be a recurring theme for this Biden shit because we're not gonna report. We're gonna we say we're gonna pay attention. So this is us paying attention. This was a big deal because forever we've said that these private prison contracts, which again, it's so funny how some things are just as a matter of fact in our country, like the Ku Klux Klan exists, and it's a matter like the fact that it's a matter of fact of we want to not renew private contracts for-profit prison. Like, why is that?
Yeah.
Why is that even like a thing? That's horrible.
Right.
Super horrible.
But they're just like, yeah, we're gonna not renew it. Like it's a fucking Netflix subscription or some shit. Like these are modern day slavery institutions. And then when you combine that with a system that targets Black and brown, you can see where they kind of connect.
Yeah, it's so oxymoronic because it's like you want to have order, right, and honesty, and the government should be that big brother apparently that should be keeping order, but then it's letting shit slide through the cracks like this. Like, you're gonna have private people in cahoots with the government. I mean, whether or not it is in cahoots with the government, but it's just like, this is wrong. This should be fixed, but you're letting it happen still.
Well, like you say, he got the House and the Senate, so maybe this could happen.
We'll see.
They said a 2016 report by the Justice Department found that private prisons see high rates of assault, use of force incidents, and lockdowns. With that, Biden said during a Tuesday press briefing that the policy is the first step to stop corporations from profiting off of incarceration that is less humane and less safe. He called it the beginning of his overall plan to address systemic problems in the criminal justice system. So even that is like to stop corporations from profiting off of incarceration.
So they're acknowledging whether or not they did before. They're acknowledging now, which I think it's got to be a step in the right direction.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah. For our listeners, if you're looking there, if you didn't know, up until right now and currently still, there are corporations that profit off of incarceration. So let me give you another layman's term example, right? Let's say me, Jyline, and Wiggs, we went and bought a Target, right? And that was it. We had all the merch in there, all the furniture, but our Targets were always empty. Mm-hmm. What do we need to do? We need to get customers, correct?
We need to get some
So there's some type of marketing campaign. There's some type of way to get customers. Now, if you are a corporation that is investing in incarceration, you need customers. So it's not even like when you have something over a prison system, you're no longer arresting people for strictly doing something wrong. You're feeding a quota.
Right.
Think about it. You're having that hanging over policemen's heads and over judges' heads. Their decisions are swayed because this is a for-profit business.
Damn.
Like, I'm only in this to get customers.
Damn.
So now you have something intertwined into our government where a judge might just say guilty because, hey,
I gotta meet
this quota, and we got like 8 sales open, and we haven't had a turnaround like apartments in 2 years, and we need to fill these sales.
Well, that's the first mistake right there. Why is money involved and influenced in something like that's supposed to be blinded, right?
Yeah,
like,
that's supposed to be by law,
Lady Liberty,
by Constitution. You should be only arresting me if I broke X, Y, and Z, not because this prison is lacking on customers.
Right.
So just think about that on the surface, and then understand when you see a higher, when y'all think that, oh, black and brown people, maybe y'all should stop breaking the law. Maybe we're not breaking the law. Maybe
the fact that quota is worked in there, like the quota, the cop got to give ticket quotas.
Yes.
Or even like they probably have quotas on like every level.
A quota to fill a cell where someone is going to spend years of their life just rotting away.
Yeah. And that's also too time, because it's like, don't my prison, I don't want the quick shit. I don't want people that's kind of in and out. That does nothing for me. I want long-term offenders that I can put to work, fix these roads, make these license plates and all that shit. You don't have to pay them. You don't have to feed them the best shit. It's like animals. It's like you're hoarding animals basically. And because they have jail over their name, society's not gonna fight for them.
And we're paying for that shit.
And that's another thing. But so hopefully,
if we weren't paying for it, I'd be like,
still, well,
I mean, as long as they learn their lesson,
I don't know though, because like I say, it's still a for-profit system. Right. So even if we're not paying for it, they're still taking people who probably shouldn't be in there just to meet a quota, to be a customer basically. I can use a customer to keep
and
it,
then that'll
to make the example.
Tack onto the 3 strike. You get them
exactly.
in. You get them in 2 more times.
Yeah.
You get to keep them
little
forever.
Petty ticket, little petty weed. Oh, you got a little ounce on you. Let's make weed illegal because the white people don't use weed. They use coke and other shit.
And like parole, when they try to apply for getting parole and shit,
keep them in.
They be like, all right, what's the quota? How many we gotta let go?
Exactly.
All right, we'll let go 3 this time.
Like,
it's not even by how good you were.
Yeah, we're not proving this, but just think that this could be a possibility, and it's not out of the realm of possibility.
Oh, it's most definitely. That's why the lawyers fight for them to get them out.
Exactly.
And that's why they get them out, because, I mean, they usually get public defense people that are
they're not going to get, unless Kim Kardashian come through out of nowhere and it's like a high profile case.
Systemic. We're going to give you a shitty public defender because we know you probably come from a poverty area where you can't afford a lawyer. So we're going to give you one that's going to guarantee you to come in here. We're going to have you sign shit that you know. It's systemic. And once you sign something, even if you didn't do it, it's so many African Americans in jail
to get the lower sentence.
And then it turned out to be a bad rap contract basically. And now they got control over their entire lives. It's like, look, we got your DNA, so just sign here and you'll do the 10. If not, we go to court. You can get life.
Dude, so and that's fucked up. Like, people are owning up to shit that they didn't do to get a lower sentence. Like, that system should not be in place, bro.
And now
that's manipulation.
Yourself, why would they do that? It all goes back to profitable. Why would they go so hard to trick somebody into doing time in jail?
Right. I mean, you could argue that they really thought it was that person and they wanted to get that person in jail, get them off the streets.
Yeah, we're talking about the ones where they purposely lie and have people sign shit.
No, that's what I mean though. Yeah. But that's not always the case. These people are trying to get those quotas and and they didn't do their due diligence or didn't dig deep enough into the actual case, and now they're incarcerating the wrong person.
Exactly.